My dearest Lila, letter number 5. There was an accident today. We came across an enemy checkpoint earlier this morning, and we had to make a choice between going around it or going through it. We took a vote. The result was to go through it. The reasons being, if we didn't sneak through it, we risked losing time in saving Marie. I had voted to go around it, along with Danny, but Kai protested and voted to go through. That's when Captain Sandler's remains spoke up from his spot on my uniform and said that we were going through it, and if there's one person I can trust with a decision like that, it's him. We made sure we were prepped and ready before making our way into the checkpoint. As we made our way through, we noticed there was not as many soldiers as we had expected, so we then made our next decision, and that was to spread out and gather as many valuables as possible, whether they be weapons or enemy intelligence. Sandler, Danny, and I took right, while Kai took left. We had just reached the first building when we heard the shouting. The 3 of us hurried over to find Kai held at gunpoint by 5 enemy soldiers. Danny and I raised our rifles and started shouting for them to put their weapons down or we would open fire. During all the shouting, however, there ended up being a 6th enemy soldier. The bullet hit me in the chest, and I was suddenly on my back. The last thing I remembered were rifles firing, cries of pain, Danny over me asking if I could hear her, and then nothing. Just endless darkness. When I came to, I was in a bed, my shirt ripped open, my chest bandaged up, and Danny passed out in a chair next to me. Thank goodness she's a medic. She was always good at healing the sick. I called out to Danny, waking her up. I asked what had happened, and she responded that Kai single-handedly wiped out the enemy soldiers and had taken the checkpoint. Sandler is fine too. The bullet just missed where I had him stapled, so that was good to hear. I'm so tired, Lila. But fear not. We found a map that shows a village a few miles north of here. We're hoping that they have a hospital that can take care of this wound before it further becomes infected. Don't worry. Death shan't take me from you. I reread this letter, and I can see how my writing has been affected by how weak I am right now. Wish I had Grammarly to run through this before I send it, but sometimes life drops a gigantic fuck you in your way, and you're forced to find a different path. Anyways, don't let this break your heart. I assure you, I'm fine. So tired. I'll come back to you. I promise. Lieutenant Jackie.